Nos waith pawb. Wythnos yma nes I siarad efo gweinidog yn San Steffan am y gwasanaeth gwych mae Mon FM yn rhoi I Ynys Môn. The last 14 months have been a time of huge anxiety. For those people who've needed to shield from the virus, it's also been a time of loneliness and often despair and fear. And throughout the pandemic, the team at Mon FM have played an invaluable role in helping to keep people across our island informed about the latest events and developments. I've spoken with so many people from across Anglesey who've told me that the regular bulletins on the station, along with updates from the council and from me, have given them a huge sense of reassurance and, through what have been very dark times, have made a hugely positive difference to their mental health. For many people who've been shielding alone in their homes across the island, Mon FM has helped to reduce feelings of loneliness by being a source of comfort and familiarity. The value of Mon FM's service to communities across Anglesey is reflected in the 30% increase in listeners since the pandemic struck. And to Tony Jones and his team of enthusiastic volunteers, I'd like to say a huge and heartfelt thank you for all that you've done for Ynys Môn throughout this most challenging of times. Diolch yn fawr. Community stations like Mon FM play a crucial role in our communities. They're an invaluable source of information and connectivity, especially for people who have limited use of the internet, and the services of community stations are now more important than ever. However, in order to maintain and expand their services, they need greater financial support, and at present the available support is simply inadequate. There's no funding through the Barnett formula, and the Audio Content Fund provides funding for content producers and not for the stations that broadcast their content. Having seen the fantastic work of Mon FM, I'm fighting for enhanced funding for community radio stations, and this week I met with the Secretary of State for Digital Culture, Media and Sport, Oliver Dowden, and I asked him to explore ways in which his department can provide funding to stations such as Mon FM so that they can continue to provide their essential community service. On behalf of our island's communities and on behalf of the inspirational team at Mon FM, I will be relentless in fighting for this funding. With so many of us having to work from home and being separated from our friends and loved ones, the pandemic has highlighted the importance of fast and stable internet connections. For far too many people across our island, slow internet speeds have added an extra layer of frustration and distress throughout the last 14 months. Good broadband is now a vital utility. Without it, residents struggle to work from home, school children struggle to complete homework, and businesses struggle to compete. Companies will also think twice about investing in Anglesey if adequate digital infrastructure is not in place. There are too many areas across Anglesey that have unacceptably slow internet speeds, and I'm determined that everyone living on the island should have access to a fast and stable internet connection. And to achieve this, I need help. I need help from as many people across the island as possible, and I'm inviting residents to report their broadband speeds so that funding can be earmarked to improve digital connectivity across Ynys Môn. I'm working with a project group led by Bangor University that's seeking to secure funding from the Welsh Government's Local Broadband Fund and the UK Government's Department for Digital Culture, Media and Sport for better internet speeds. And this group needs real-life information about how good or how bad speeds are across Anglesey for homes and businesses, so that I can build an accurate picture of the challenges. The results will then be mapped across the island to establish those areas that are most in need. The EDC project team has brought together experts to look at broadband provision on Anglesey, but there's a gap in their knowledge between what the provision should be in theory and what it is on the ground. I'm encouraging everyone on the island to submit their information so that it can be used to map the current position and form part of the funding business case. You can submit your information by visiting my website, virginiacrosbie.co.uk, and clicking on the survey section at the top of the page and completing the short survey. Every entry will help, so please encourage as many people as possible to participate. This regular slot on Mon FM is just one of the many ways in which I communicate the work I'm doing across our island on your behalf. In addition to my free monthly e-newsletter and regularly posting on Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn, I have a fortnightly article in the Holyhead and Anglesey Mail, and I hold regular surgeries. Please do get in touch if you'd like me to talk via Zoom to your local community group, charity or school, or if you have any ideas that you would like to share as to how I can reach out to all corners of our island. Diolch am wrando. Tan wythnos nesa.